Hello, what's going on? Okay, so hey everybody. Hey Pine, happy Sunday. All right, y'all. I know this is impromptu, but I was going back and forth with am I going to do a pre recorded video or am I going to go live? And I decided to go live. Hey Misha. So I decided to go live and go ahead and do a couple of pages. I am literally almost at the end of this journal. If you all see, I think it's about maybe 15 pages left. But by the time I set the pages up for the quarterly recap, it's pretty much not going to be any pages left. Hey, grown woman plans. So I wanted to give you a couple of ideas on how to close out your quarter in your journal. And even if you're not at the end of the journal, this does not mean, oh, I have to go get a whole nother journal for second quarter. You do not. I just happen to strategically structure this journal so that it would end within the quarter. So I kind of want to do end mine each quarter. So a journal per quarter. Now it very well may end sooner. So it just depends. So these last few pages will be dedicated to that. And that's how that will work. So if you were just joining, this is a Scribbles That Matter journal. I'm at the end of the journal. And the way that I'll be closing this particular journal out is I will recap how January, February, and March ended. Oh, you got your first mile liner? Welcome. Welcome to the mile liners. All right, so each page is probably not going to be the same, y'all, because, you know, I still like to have a creative flair to the pages. This is some strips of paper, like borders. I got this at Hobby Lobby. Y'all, everything is almost like a year, 2, 3+ years. And it just sometimes takes me forever to use them. So I thought this would be cool to create a border in here. So if you have extra scraps and stuff hanging around the house, that is something that you could utilize it for. And I also know that this video is super early, so many people may be catching the replay. I thank you for watching. If you're catching the replay, I appreciate it if you are here now. So thank you so much for that. And again, this will be creating pages for my recap for the quarter. So with that, I will add everything like self-care, work, anything that I want to record that happened within the quarter. I'll be writing reflection moments on that, how my overall mood I feel like was for the quarter. And that's how I utilize this. Now, you may ask, how am I going to remember everything that I did within this quarter? What will happen is, if you've been doing the weekly recaps, I was very strategic in teaching you all that, because that's how you can go back and compile, like, what did I actually do? What do I need to change? And if you don't see enough information within those weekly recaps, when we go into quarter 2, you'll be a little more conscious about what you're writing. Like you'll grow and become more detailed with that. Hey, lady, what's going on? So that's how you can do that. Another way you can do your recaps, y'all, is you can go into your planner. If you're an avid planner and you track every single thing that you do, you can go back to your planner and see what it is that you accomplished. Did you pull your credit for the year? Did you make a major purchase that was new? All of those things you can use to figure out what it is that you did in the quarter. Now, if you feel like, oh my God, I didn't do anything, that's fine. This is all a part of the process. If you didn't do anything or you didn't accomplish what you wanted to, you write about it. That's the whole point of this recap. So as you move into the next quarter, you have a guide of what do I need to do? What can I do better? It's still the same concept like the weekly recap, but it's a little more intense. Hey, everybody coming in. I measured that and didn't even mark it, y'all. That was funny. I did that like I was so right. And so that is what we're doing. So this first page right here, I'm just going to pretty much write quarterly recap, and I'm going to take that over into the rest of these pages. So this is more of a decor page. I still did that all wrong. And that is how this page will work. And you can break it down however you want to break it down. If you want to break it down by categories, you can do your quarterly recap for self-care. So each page can be design however you want it to be. So again, just because I'm creating mine like this doesn't mean yours has to be. I'm just kind of giving you a guide, and then you do it however you want to do yours. Oh, awesome, Misha, you're halfway through. That's awesome. That's great. That is great. That is great. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna make y'all a little seasick for a quick second. I want to bring this up just a little bit higher. Because I feel like the closer my hand is to it, it causes that little friction. So my apologies for that. And hopefully that comes back in. Okay. So remember, this is a quarter recap. I'm going to add a little color. Y'all know yellow is going to go somewhere in here. Hey, Sharon. Yeah, me and my mom be laughing. She be like, I just be looking for you to use another color besides yellow. I'm like, Mommy, you know, that's like one of my favorite colors. So if you want your pages to be creative, just pull whatever you have around the house and put it wherever you want it to go, y'all. It does not have to be perfect. There is no perfect journal. It's just a place where you want to get your thoughts out. And so this is considered quarter one. Each quarter has 3 months in it. And this is quarter. This is quarter one. And it's the recap. And so again, if you are just joining, what I am doing in this journal, I'm at the end of my journal, and this is the end of the quarter. So these last few pages right here, we'll be discussing how my first quarter of 2019, how it worked out, if it didn't work out. However, there's always going to be areas that you did accomplish something in, so you want to make sure that you put that in there. Even if you did not accomplish those things, you want to put that in there as well, but you want to find a balance. So even if you're like, oh, quarter one just sucked, I ain't do anything, you did something within that quarter. So please do not beat yourself up. It's an evaluation period where you're going to figure out what worked, what needs adjusting, what did not work. So quarter one recap, and then I'm going to put the year. Of course, we know what year we're in, but just in case you pick this up later down the line in life and you're like, quarter one recap, what year? You'll just already have it there. And so this is just my page divider, so I can do this over here. All right. So I'm still about to add some extra stuff up there. And hold on 1 second, y'all, because I'm looking at the screen and I don't like the way it looks. Now, so this is an interactive journal with me. How did everybody's first quarter go? So before we even talk about stuff that did not work, everybody drop one small win that you accomplished this quarter. If you're comfortable posting one small win that you accomplished this quarter, we like to celebrate each other. I think that's one thing that's lacking within our communities. We do not celebrate each other enough. So I think we should have a celebration moment and talk about what small win or big win. It doesn't have to be a small win, but what is a win that you accomplished this quarter? And you'll be amazed by how you place this in the comment section, how it motivates people to see that they may have actually accomplished something. Yes, that counts. I think we mentioned a while ago how I want to crochet. I have a whole spool of yarn. Is that the right word, spool? But I have some yarn, crochet needles sitting over in the corner like I'm just really going to do something. And I have some knitting needles. That's definitely a win. So congratulations to you on that. How long did it take you to complete your project? Oh, yay, congratulations. And so for those that are listing their wins, did you write about your win in your journal? And if you did not, what kept you from celebrating yourself? Because it's definitely a celebration moment. Oh, awesome. Oh, and blankets are so comfortable. Like, I am a nap queen. Give me a blanket. And I am so excited because I'm going to tell y'all after I get off this live, oh, I'm getting a nap in. Sure am. And as we're celebrating each other, y'all, it's okay to tell somebody congratulations. I am working on getting us to a point that we can see that we can converse on happy moments. So often we will talk about what's not working. I'm going to use it in those terms. And we can have dialogue all day long. But we need to get to a point where we can openly celebrate each other. Oh, that's a grown woman plans. That's a huge celebration. No sugary drinks for 3 months. Girl, can you pass some of that over here? Congratulations, Fab. You started journaling. Welcome, welcome to the journal journey. I'm excited that a lot of you all have started or resumed journaling. Congratulations on your promotion and your raise. Awesome. See, I knew y'all had some great stuff going on in life. And we're only 3 months in. So can you imagine how much can actually be accomplished in a year if you're intentional and you're intentional with task behind the intent? So much can be accomplished. Even if it seems like it's so small, by the time we get 12 months down the line, you will see that you have done so much. Okay, so all I'm doing right now, y'all, is just outlining the highlighter. And I'm not doing it for perfection or anything like that. So if you have your journal near and you're open to it, go ahead and pull it out, open it up, and create a page for your quarterly recap. Now, with your quarterly recap, you don't have to be as detailed as I'm going to be because I'm going to have several pages behind each other, because I'm going to intentionally break mine up by category. I'm going to do home life, work, and then self-care. So home life will include like family and friends, the things that I did there, where I want to improve, where I didn't improve. The work section will be Journal Jot and Jive, my investment job, things like that. That'll all be in one section. And then self-care will be the last section. And I'll talk about what worked within the quarter and what did not work. And again, I'll be using a lot of my weekly recaps as a guide so that I can put some stuff down. And then you can also use some of your previous journal entries as a guide as well, because often if you look at your journal entries, if you see repetition in certain areas, that'll tell you what's not working. So if you found that you wrote about how you didn't like your job, or you were frustrated with something at home, and that entry appears more than 3 times, then you know that's something that you may want to adjust somewhere. So that's how you do your recaps. All right, so we got recap. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of detailing too. Letters, nothing major. So my other journal will arrive tomorrow. That is the only thing that I purchased within this quarter, because remember I had the no spend, which wasn't supposed to start over into the first, but I have to have my journal. Like, it's really not even optional. So that'll arrive tomorrow. But outside of that, I did not buy anything journal or planner related. If I received something, it was because it was gifted. So I am super excited. Hey, Tiffany, what's going on? So I am super excited that I was able to stay with that no spend. Because that actually kicked my tail. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. There wasn't a lot of, so let me say this, it wasn't a lot of planner type stuff that I wanted, but there were a lot of pens. Like, I am a pen junkie, so I will tell y'all this. I do have stuff sitting in my Amazon cart already. They have some new pens coming out. Well, they're not new, but you know, a lot of pens that we get over here, we get them later. So in Asia, there's a lot of pens that are already out. And then we'll get them probably like the middle of this year, the end of this year. So there are a few big intensity pens that are not out over here yet. And they're really good in bullet journals. So I have that in my cart. And I am restructuring how I do my no spend to low spend. I'm going to break my budget apart, but I definitely will not be spending almost close to $400 on planner and journal supplies like I did in January. So that's an adjustment that I'll be making. Yeah, so for me, the hardest part was not being able to buy pens. But outside of that, I've been in craft stores several times. And I would walk down the aisle, and I don't know if y'all do this, you pick up stuff, you know you can't get it, but you put it right back. I would do that just for the touch of the feel of it, but I mean, I walked out, I didn't have no little internal tantrum or anything. So that was a cool experience. All right, so that's quarter one. And again, if you are just popping in, what we're doing now is we are working on our quarterly recap. So for the most part, we've been doing weekly recaps each week. And now we are adjusting and we're like, okay, for 3 months, what did not work in those 3 months? What needs adjusting and what worked? And my goal is that everybody definitely find some things that work. Hey, Tarshell, awesome. So yeah, you want to find some things that worked. I would highly suggest pointing out the things that worked first and then working backwards. So I know we typically do the traffic light, but let's invert that traffic light for the quarterly recap because I don't want you to get so frustrated that you do not see any good within the quarter, okay? All right, so I'm going to turn the page now. And remember, I said I want to break mine's up by categories. So I want to see how many, it's not a lot of pages. So I will probably do 2 pages per category. Okay, so that's 1, so really 4. So 2, 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my highlighters as borders right now because I don't know if I want to take the time and do washi per page. Actually, I'll take that back. I want this. Oh, it's about to run out. Never mind. Nope, can't use that one. That's running out. It's stuck. So let me stick with my first instinct. So I'm going to do a border per category, okay? So I'm going to use a purple. I want purple and gray. I'm going to do a blue and pink. And then I'm going to do this green and brown. I know those are weird colors together. All right, so again, I'm just breaking down in 3 categories. If I want to do subsections within those categories for the quarter, then I can. So the first thing that I want to start with is, normally I will do self-care last, but I'm going to do self-care sections first. And that self-care section is going to be the blue and the pink. So I'm just going to create a border around that, and then I'm going to write what that section is. And remember, there will be 4 pages per section. Four pages per section. So how's everybody's Sunday going so far? I've been up cleaning all day. So I was like, let me take a break and come on over here so we can get a little bit of journaling done. And then I think I'm going to put the name of the sections on the side. And if y'all have like stickers and stuff, you can add that. Because I know a quarterly recap can be a little bit intimidating because it's like, okay, yes, I'm going to put what worked, but I also have to acknowledge what did not work. And so that may, in some areas, be frustrating. Out of all honesty, it may be. And that's okay. That's a part of the process. All right, so that's that first section. I'm going to do all the borders first, and then I'm going to go back. If you're just joining, we are doing quarterly recaps. In our journal, we want to go ahead and close this quarter out so we don't take the baggage into tomorrow, basically. So if you got to cry over your pages, laugh over your pages, do whatever you need to do. Periodically, you may have to revisit first quarter, but when we get to tomorrow, we need to be able to be bold and move in the direction that we want to move in. All right, so this was self-care. And then I'm going to do friends and family next. And that's going to be in the purple and gray. And I'm going to create a border for this. This border is not going to be the exact same. Y'all see there's no perfection in the way that I'm drawing this. And this is going to be for family and friends. Sorry for that noise. I know that's a little, it can be a little, almost like a daggone chalkboard. Alrighty. And as y'all see, I didn't do it the exact same on these pages. And that's perfectly fine. I just want the colors so I know what the topic is on each page. And so this is how I use a lot of these highlighters and outliners, y'all. I do work on the lettering from here and there. But I just like these little things, yeah. You can add detail to a page real quick, okay? So y'all see how fast I'm creating these little pages. You don't have to go super detailed with certain things unless you want to. So we already have our intro page to know like what the rest of this is about to be about. Quarter one, recap 2019. This is going to be for self-care. So that's 4 pages. And let's just say you say, I don't really have 4 pages of stuff to write about. If you want to print out a picture of, so one thing that I will do, I have to put it together on a grid. I'm going to put 3 pictures, a picture from January, February, and March. And I'll be able to see what I look like in each of those pictures. And I'm going to actually write about where I was within those months. Because for me, I look in my eyes. I don't care if I'm smiling on every single picture. I pay attention to the detailing in my eyes because it tells where I was at that point. So that is going to be one of the entries in here. Over here, we have family and friends. So this would be like home life. And then I can write the words family, friends, and we'll finish that in a second. And then the last section is going to be work life. So I purposely have green and I have brown. Hey, Angela. And the reason I have green and brown, I chose these colors. Green is where you get money. Brown is not always bad, but just think about when you're growing something and it hasn't necessarily sprouted yet, or you didn't tend to your garden correctly. It actually didn't work. So I'm going to write about the things that worked within my work areas and the things that didn't. That's what these colors mean for me. So again, sometimes I'm strategic with things when I pick colors, but more so with the work part is why I pick those colors. So I will definitely be talking about what worked and what didn't work. What areas that I didn't nurture enough. And I'll focus on, are these areas that I am going to nurture on, or am I just going to dig that up and let that go? So that's how I'll do that. And so again, I just broke these down into 3 categories. Now, if you want to break them down into more categories outside of that, that's definitely okay. You don't even have to use the same categories I'm using. You're going to journal for what fits your life. My goal for you all is just to get into the routine of using a journal consistently, even if that's once or twice out of the week, but at least doing it each week will get you into a routine of getting those thoughts outside of your head and onto paper. And then you can actually come up with a legitimate plan. All right. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions, y'all? As we go into quarter 2, one of my goals for you all is to be able to engage with me on this channel. I know everybody is not going to be comfortable with talking, or you may be concerned about what you think people are going to think. Y'all, that's not this kind of page. This channel is genuinely about growing. We need to grow. And there are growing pains. They do occur. However, if you have some questions and you need help with journaling, if y'all don't ask them questions, and if anybody comes sideways, please understand I have admins and my block game is strong. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. All right, y'all. So we have our little decor created real quick. And then let's see how many pages we have left. So now we have 1, 2, 3. So I have a couple of pages back here where I will probably just do some regular writing. If I finish it, fine. If not, I am going to finish it. But let's just say I didn't, whatever. If I needed to write continuing pages over here, I could still color code it. But for now, we want to focus on our recap pages. And now we want to title the pages. So we can title them, and then I can go in, and if I want to add some extra stickers and stuff, that's fine. So we know that this is self-care. So I'm going to write self-care going down the sides. And I'm just use this highlighter. We're going to keep this highlighter rolling. And then I'm just going to write self. And then care down the other side. That's an ugly C right there. But anyway, we're going to go to the other side, and I'm going to do the same thing for this. All right, and now we are over here, and this is the section for family, friends, home life. So I'm going to go ahead and put home life because while, yes, it's going to deal with family and friends, I also want to talk about the projects and things that I wanted to do around the house, what did not work as far as that as well. So I'm going to put home life, and then I'll probably write family and friends around that. Now, let me see what color I want to do this in. I know we have purple, but I want to add a variation of that. This is like a periwinkle, so let's roll with that periwinkle. So I'm going to put home. And then life. All right, so that's home life right there. Flip over to the other page. So again, all we doing is putting what page stands for what. So once you get to it, you'll know what it is. Hey, Tamara, what's going on? So this is home life. All right. And then remember, the last section is going to be work life. So I'll flip over here, and I'm going to put work life. And I want another color too, just to, in my mind, I wanted another color, but we're not. So let's just roll with, well, I'm going to use this off green. Okay. And so this is going to be work. This is going to be about work life. And so remember, with work life, I'm going to talk about the areas that I grew and then the areas that I was stunted. And what role did I even play in that, right? So it's often we'll find the fault in everybody else. But when you're doing your reflection moments, make sure that you also include how you played a role in that. And then as you do that, as the months go by, you'll be able to be really honest with yourself. And then you'll actually stop yourself mid-process when you're not working like you should be, okay? All right, so that's work life, and then we're going to write work life again. Now, if you want to go in and do the extra stuff, you can find your stickers that coincide with the topic that you're writing with. And I'll say this, for me, adding little cutesy stuff, it just makes me want to write more. No, it doesn't change the thoughts that are in my mind, but I do. Oh, awesome. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so that's work life. So now we want to use some of these sticker books and stuff. Now I'm gonna tell y'all in this home life, y'all know what I left out. I was real cute leaving that out. Fitness is gonna be a part of that, and how that just did not work in quarter 1, and I was playing too much. Like, that was tame too much. So this is a stamp my sister bought me for my birthday a couple of years. I absolutely love this stamp, and I'm not even a true stamper, but I love this stamp. So I want to add that in here. Proceed as if success is inevitable. So this is going to go somewhere on this page, and we're going to do some fake stamping. So if I miss some spaces, y'all, it's going to happen. But, you know, it is what it is. So I have, let's see what colors I use. Yeah, I need to step my fitness game up so much, y'all. But I'm gonna call this fitness. I washed my car yesterday. And so the fact that I was out of breath, I feel like my heart rate went up. That was my little exercise, but that ain't gonna get it all next quarter. So I am excited about, right, Tamara? Postpone, girl, post. But I can't keep doing that, y'all, because one thing about me, when I start working, I feel so much better. My attitude is better. I feel better. So it has to happen. And as we talked about Monday, nobody can live your life but you. So it's up to me. If I really want what I say I want, I have to make it happen. So that is what we have to do. All right, I got these little stands, y'all. That's what y'all see me over here doing in the corner. I'm up here acting like I'm sneaking. But I'm using these little acid-free ink pad pigment things. So yeah, y'all, fitness is a must. So for all that are saying fitness has to happen for you starting in second quarter, what are some things that you have planned? And what are you going to do differently so that you don't repeat quarter 1? Now, I don't know if I got all this covered, y'all, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and put this down. Hold on one second, y'all. I done lost the daggone thing on here. All right. Oh, it worked. Won't he do it? It worked, but I don't have. Why do I never have the baby wipes over here, y'all? I do better. Oh, it's looking fuzzy on my end, y'all. Is it still looking fuzzy on y'all end? Let me go out of here and come back in. And walking is actually really good. Okay, I'm looking distorted on my end. Let me know if I look distorted on your end, y'all. Not sure why I am looking so distorted. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to. Did that work? It looks a little clear on my end now. Okay. Okay, hopefully that works, y'all. I took the Wi-Fi off and put it back on, so I'll try it again. Okay, so that's the stamp that says proceed as if success is inevitable. So we will work with that. I don't feel like that's dry, so I'm gonna put paper on top of this when I turn the page. And for self-care, I want to flip over here. And I'm gonna tell y'all what one of my goals are, and I don't want to tell all my goals, but there's a device that I'm gonna get that's supposed to help where I'll have a hard internet connection. It's something you put in the wall. So for anybody that does YouTube, it connects to your main source, and then you'll be able to connect your phone. So I have to find the connection, and eventually I just need to get a camera and figure this whole thing out, a webcam. All right. So we have self-care. Now self-care, I lagged. It just was not good, y'all. It was not as good as it should have been this month. So I need to work on that. Okay, y'all. Yeah, let's do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump off, and then we will do part 2. So let's jump off, and hopefully y'all can come back in, because this is not gonna work for my